Whole players. So today, Nikolas Cruz was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
The jury having returned a verdict of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, is there any legal reason why I should not impose a sentence at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And that is under 921.143, the victims under counts 1 through 17, and also the surviving victims of the attempted homicides had a right to express themselves as to the everything that could not be expressed under victim impact. They can express themselves as to crime and what they think should have been the appropriate disposition and sentence.
So Nikolas Cruz will be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole on November 1st. This will give the families of the 14 students and 3 staff members that he murdered the opportunity to give a victim impact statement, as well as some of his intended victims. So the prosecutor actually anticipates that this may take several days for everyone to make victim impact statements. Now, the 7 men and 5 women jury deliberated for 7 hours after hearing about 4 or 5 months of testimony. Now, even though this jury heard months and months of emotional testimony from parents, autopsies, learning that Nikolas Cruz went and bought an icy after he committed this heinous act, they still decided that while the aggravating factors exist and that his actions were sufficiently heinous, they did not outweigh the mitigating circumstances of his mental health, and therefore they could not recommend the death penalty. And the families have been very vocal about the fact that they wanted the death penalty. As the verdict was read, family members of the victims shook their heads, wept, and embraced. Families of the victims have been very vocal about they are not happy with this verdict. Now, a note was given to the judge during deliberations from a juror that voted for life in prison, and that note read as follows: I would like to notify you that one of the jurors in the case heard jurors who voted for the death penalty stating that I had already made up my mind on voting for life before the trial started. The allegation is untrue. I maintain my oath to the court that I would be fair and unbiased. The deliberations were very tense, and some jurors became extremely unhappy once I mentioned I would vote for life. I just wanted to make you aware of the situation. Now, again, Nikolas Cruz is headed back to court on November 1st to be sentenced, and also for the victims' families to read their victim impact statements. I know it's going to be an emotional day. Players, are you in favor of the death penalty? Put your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking on this. This is Double D Mobile, reporter for the Black Accurate News, where I'm black and the news is always petty, but it's accurate.